Right, morning everybody. All right. So US stocks got a solid injection after the release of a weaker than expected jobs report. The fanfare faded after the morning session as the S&P future settled around the same levels as it was trading before the data release. So anybody who was trading the Aussie, we saw how solid they remained, despite the massive volatility in the US. After that number, the US they first took it after the number, then they sold it off about 15 points, and then they bounced about 15 points, and then ending flat. So our futures traded very, very solid, and I would expect that they would. Here we just opened up 150 points, so looking pretty solid on the open. Asian stocks are advancing, with the Nikkei reaching a one-month high after Tokyo was selected to host the 2020 Olympics over the weekend. Shanghai Composite Index is heading for its highest level since early June after Chinese exports unexpectedly beat expectations. We'll check out that number just now. And then Tony Abbott, who campaigned on scrapping the nation's carbon pricing system and mining tax, will be Australia's new Prime Minister. So corporate action, Sasol came out with earnings this morning. Headline earnings 52.62. Guidance was 52.85, but still a big beat on the original expectation. Revenue 181.27 billion. Original expectation was 177. So a good beat. And dividends per share was better than expected at 13.30 versus 12.80. And then we didn't have it on here, but we got quite a few stocks going X today. There's Barclays Group, ABSA, formerly ABSA, 350, Nedbank 390, Standard Bank 233, ShopRite 215, Exaro 235, Massmart 146, and Truworth 158. So I'll just go through those quickly again, just in case you didn't catch that, because it's obviously important if you're trading one of these stocks or looking to trade it on the open. You got Barclays Group 350, Nedbank 390, Standard Bank 233, ShopRite 215, Exaro 235, Massmart 146, and Truworth 158. All right, key factors today. We got Chinese trade balance came in better than expected, 28.5 billion as opposed to 20 billion. Exports were better, 7.2% versus 5.5%. Imports were slightly less than expected at 7% versus 11.3%. Japanese second quarter GDP came in at 0.9 as expected 1%. And then current account balance was 577 billion yen as opposed to 507 billion. And then Chinese CPI 2.6 and expected 2.6. Okay, let's have a look at some stocks. Okay, we'll start with the Aussie. I haven't been showing the other foreign indexes, like the S&P, just purely because the correlations have been pretty low at the moment. Our market pretty much does what it wants to. We've still got this complex head and shoulders going that we were looking at on last week. I can't draw a line here for some reason. All right, so I think our trend line comes in at 38,550-ish. That's what we were looking at last time. And I think we just shy of that now. So we're going to see how this stock reacts from this level. If we get a push through here, this could well be the continuation we're looking for. Probably take it to 39,000. If we fail this line and we break below about 38,170 or so, then that could send us lower again. At the moment, it looks like it's going up. All right, let's have a look at First Rand. All right, First Rand. First Rand reached its target from this break up here. I think the target we said was around. Actually, no, I lie. It's actually a rand short. So we've broken up to new recent highs. We still have probably a rand to go on the target from this sort of V-shaped cup and handle, and it looks like at the moment there's nothing stopping it. It looks like we're going to reach that target of around 32.5 or 32.40. All right, let's go MTN. All right, MTN is the one we've been watching. We've been looking closely for a sign of a reversal. As we know, it's one we really want to be buying on pullbacks, but we've got to be patient and see how far the pullback's going to come. We've reversed on Friday. We actually showed a very solid day, and we reversed off close to support to end at 180. Continue to watch it today. If we see some more strength coming into it, it's one that I think there's got a lot more upside, and definitely worth buying. I think our longer term target was around 215, 220, somewhere there. So definitely worth watching the trade action on the open today to see if we can start on the right foot. Woolies one we were watching last week. It's been consolidating above this range that it broke out of a little while ago on the earnings that it had. It's been consolidating on that line pretty much, and then on Friday had that big up day to push it, into new territory. There's not a whole lot above this, and that's in the form of resistance. I would say at 72, 73, if we just go out here a little bit, around 72, 73 level, it's quite a big inflection point. So look for it maybe to pause around that level a little bit. But I would say from 70 to 72 is a straight shot from here, as long as we don't get anything that's unexpected out of Woolies. Looking at Exaro, ex-div today, as we know, but it didn't follow through all that much from the chart we showed on Friday, breaking out of this little consolidation here. I would say still looking good though, and as long as we hold this upward trend line, let's draw it in here. We're still looking very good, and we also got a horizontal support here. And I would say that we've got this double bottom here projecting a target of call it 23, let's say mid 180, so 183ish. See how it reacts today. It's obviously ex-div, so it's going to pull it below the support line here. But I would say it's still a good buy. We're going to watch closely for a chance to buy this one. It can be a liquid, so not always easy to get stock. And then Naspers making a new high on Friday. Nothing's going to stop this one. I think 10 cents up again this morning. So I would say, if we wanted to say a possible target from this move up, we can measure this short-term range between 835 and 880. It's 45 rand. So we could say a rough target here would be close to 920, 925, which is obviously quite a way from here, but looking bulletproof Naspers at the moment. And then the last one I'll show is CFR. CFR, we looked a little bit on last week sometime, also forming a bit of a complex head and shoulders here. We're going to look for, I think we can look for a move above sort of 99.30 for the upside, and on the downside to break out of this little channel. We're going to look at about 98. If you want to be conservative, so let's say 97.50 for a move lower. So we'll continue to watching those levels, 97.50 on the downside, and between sort of 99, so let's call it 99.50 and 100 for a break to the upside. And that's all for today, guys. Good luck trading.